this night is about celebrating the trotter and all of the deeds that the trotter has been able to do. It's also celebrating three names in harness racing and names in trotting, I suppose, is the best way to describe that. One of which is Bob Conroy, which will be awarded a bit later on, as well as Colin Redwood. But also it's great to have Dick Lee actually here with us tonight. And we have the Dick Lee Rising Star. But for people who may not be aware, the VSCA started in 1979. Keep coming, Dick, you're fine, mate. In 1979, and Dick Lee and Bob and Colin were all a part of that at that stage, and I think it was terrific what they've been able to achieve. I think Dick was the president for, I did have it written down there, but I don't actually know, nearly 10 years, 12 years? 12 years. So it's great that he's been able to get here tonight and be here for the Dick Lee Rising Star. But he's a shy man. He said he didn't want to say a lot, so I'm just going to give him the microphone and we'll just see where it goes. I've been fortunate enough to have a couple of interviews with Dick, and they're great interviews. So yeah, please, round of applause for Dick Lee first, and then we'll have the Dick Lee Award.
Thank you, Paul.
Sit if you want.
Do you know, along the way, some people have said to me, I've never had a trotter. Well, I've said, you've no idea what you've missed. Get one. And because we're going around for so much money, if you haven't got one, you can't have any of that. When the association was formed, the trotter was on the way down the Gurgler, and we did, Colin Redwood, we elected him our first president, and Colin, health-wise sort of handed the presidentship over to me. He wasn't well, and I was there for too long, but I tried to get off, and they said, no, you've got to be here. And Trevor Ralph was our secretary, who did a remarkable job for the Square Trotter, and we were gone until the association was formed. And yeah, we travelled from all over the state to meet at Maryborough, and look at us today. It is, of course, the conventional gate, and I spent some time overseas and in Germany where they're all trotters. And I think when I first went to train in Wales, because it was relatively new there, perhaps I was the teacher. But when I went to Germany, I was the student. I was there for a couple of years. I loved them all. They were wonderful people to me. And to go into a stable in Recklinghausen with 600 horses stable on the course and barns all around it, anybody that didn't fall in love with the horse and the conventional gait, well, there was something wrong with them. And Paul doesn't know who's won this encouragement award, and I'm not going to tell him. But truly, if your trainer hasn't got a trotter, for God's sake, get him to get one. You don't teach them, they teach you. It is a wonderful gait, and been wonderful to me with some great horses, and I might add that all of my old stars were buy pacing horses. So if you've got one and it's marking up with holes and sour on you, throw them away. Let its head down, let it do its own thing, and you might find that you've got a trotter. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Dick. Dick, just while we do have a few minutes, how hard, like you say, it was hard to now to get someone to take a trotter. Back when you guys started back in 1979, how hard was it to convince people to have a trotter and have a trotting gait?
Well, our committee were all trotting fellas, and I think we encouraged them to go home and talk to your trainers and convince them that the original conventional gait was the way to go. They used to call the paces, and I think everybody knows that I had a champion who won the Australian Horse of the Year in Rufus Youngblood, a pacer of course, but all my trotters were out of by pacing horses, and they took a wee while. And as I look around this room, and I've just had a yarn to Pat Conroy, and look at the job that Pat and the boys and Anne-Marie did with the trotters over the years. They were dyed-in-the-wool trotting people. We are one big happy family, and let's hope we continue to get bigger.
Do you like the way the trotter's going now?
Yeah, they're going marvellous, and when I looked at some of the awards tonight, and they went round for quite some money tonight too, and I was pleased to see our chief exec come up and say a few words, and I hope somebody convinces him that we are the gate of the future. I have said at functions, one day in the not too distant future, on a 10-race program, we'll have 8 trotters and 2 pacing races.
There was a lot of people that didn't believe that once upon a time.
Oh yes, but I think they're starting to believe it now, and I want to congratulate the VSDA committee now with Anne-Marie at the helm, and Katrina and Ian White as secretary for carrying on and doing a wonderful job that the old crew set up.
Just one quick one, that first meeting that you had, and there'd be so many other members that would have been there at the time. Do you think they'd be proud of where the trotting gate is now with the, I suppose, the evolution of speed, but also the prize money that's on offer, the breed that we now have here in Australia?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm never worried about speed. They've got a speed series on that. When you have speed, you have horses come undone. I love the distance races where we raced over a couple of miles. If you put in a rough one, you had time to settle down and get back into the race. And yeah, they are just something else. I'm just so proud that the association has continued on. I did neglect to mention our treasurer,
Katrina.
Katrina. Thank you, Katrina. Who calls everybody Mr. I'm Mr. Lee, if you want to know, Paul.
I'm Mr. Campbell, but there's another one here, and I don't want to be confused with him. I get into trouble that way.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Or him, rather.
No, that's exactly right. Dick, thank you very much. You do know the winner. Do you know the 4 finalists?
Pardon?
Do you know the 4 finalists in the in your
No,
Rising
I
Star?
don't, no.
I've got to get a bit of paper. You just stay here for 1 sec. I'll be 2 secs. I'm, as always, very well organised. Actually, I don't have the piece of paper. That is one slight point. I do think I know most of them. I think Sam Barker was one of those. Jackie Barker was another one of those. Annalise Scott. James and Declan Murphy, who is here, and it's good to see the Murphys are here, and Jason Ainsworth. Thank you very much to everyone. I have all these bits of paper, but I didn't have those ones. Are you going to announce the winner, or am I? I don't know the winner, so you better announce the winner, eh?
The winner is...
He's good at this, isn't he?
I've been around for a while, Paul. Jackie Barker.
Congratulations, Jackie, as she makes her way.
Come here, Jackie.
Oh, now I'm getting told over. Jackie, I might, I'll hand you those and just get you to say a few words while I get you the trophy.
Both of them.
Yep.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you to the VSTA and to Dick tonight. I'm very honoured to receive this award, and I'd also like to acknowledge the other nominees. I know how hard it can be at times to get opportunities on trotters, and they're probably considered the harder gate to drive, so stick at it, everyone, and hopefully I'll see more people up here next year. I'd also like to thank all the trainers and owners for the opportunities I have had on trotters. I've been really lucky to get some nice drives over the years, and as a young driver I certainly appreciate that. And I'd also like to thank my family. It's great to have Mum here with me tonight. I owe pretty much everything to them. They've been a massive support to me, especially Dad and Pop, and they've pretty much taught me everything that I know about harness racing. It's certainly a family sport, and yeah, just very thankful.
Well done, Jackie. I'm fortunate enough I do a bit of the emceeing at Bort, and you're going to tell me his name because I can't remember the trotter's name, but the joy of driving a good trotter is a lot of fun. But the trotter you guys train at home that won the Bort Cup there, Lure, the joy that he brings to your face when he actually salutes, it's something very special, isn't it?
Yeah, glorious finale.
Yep.
I actually drove my first Metro winner on him when he was trained by John Mead, and then not too long after that, John offered him to me to train and own. And yeah, he went on to win the Bort Trotters Cup for me and a couple of Mount Gambier Trotters Cups, but he's a extremely hard horse to drive. He flies around the corners and trots like he's got a broken leg up the straight, so he's very difficult to get around, but when he does get around and win, I don't think I've ever been happier, to be honest. It's a massive joy and a massive achievement as well.
No, it is indeed, and it does bring a lot of joy to your face, so congratulations. 2022 Rising Star, Dick Lee Rising Star, congratulations, Jackie. We will get a photo over there, but I'm just going to ask Mr. Lee just to wait for 1 sec, Jackie. I might I'll just get...
He's not here. He was...
Sorry, Dick. If Dickie would just stand there for 1 second for me. Whitey, would you like to come up here for me, please, Ian White? We also have another special presentation that we would like to do, and I'm going to hand over to Mr. Ian White. He didn't actually know he was doing this, but I'll hand over to you and I'll get the trophy for you, Ian.
Being unaccustomed to public speaking, being a school teacher like I am, we've sort of sat around the committee one meeting and thought, what can we do for someone like Dickie Lee? So on behalf of the VCA, we are going to present Dickie Lee with a Life Achievement Award for all of his work through as a trotter, work through the VSTA, and we'd like to ask everyone a round of applause for Mr. Dick Lee.
You going to say a few more words now, sir, or are you all done?
No, I'm never done. This is unbelievable, absolutely wonderful. And let me say, Jackie, I went round with Jimmy that many times. We were great mates. and Rodney, of course, her dad. And one day at Hamilton, I was having trouble getting a horse in the cart. He was putting on a bit of a tantrum, and this young girl came up and held the horse, and I said to to Rodney later, "Who was that girl who held my horse?" He said, "Oh, it'd be one of my daughters." And it's this one. She goes everywhere to drive. I don't know how she gets any sleep sometimes. And she is a real credit to the industry. And yeah, I've loved the Barker family for so long. They're just so very special, and to the association, I thank them for this wonderful award. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. A big round of applause, please, for Dickie Lee and Jackie Barker. And if we could get all the members of the VSCA as well to get up for a photo opportunity with Dick, that'd be terrific. We will do some more presentations in a minute, but we'll just let everyone sort this one out for a sec and we'll be back.